Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So I had a little bit of time with the Zhan i6s Micro Hex and just wanted to kind of do a quick little wrap up pros and cons video on this guy. Did some house flights, did some park flights. You can see those other videos on my channel if you want. I'll also link them down in the description, or also a card will pop up here so you can click on those if you want to check the flights out. But basically this thing is pretty awesome for what it is. It kind of does everything it's supposed to do. I'm going to go through over some pros and cons real quickly just to kind of wrap this one up. So basically this one is very powerful. As you can see, it's a hex and the props are pretty heavy pitch and very stiff. It's got very stiff props, you can barely even bend them. So it's got really exceptional lift. It's got a great 3 rates of pitch, roll, and yaw. So pitching, rolling, and its yaw rates are all spot on as far as I'm concerned. And I'm really glad that they give you 3 rates of yaw. A lot of quads and hexes and stuff like this, mini hexes, they get it right on the pitch and roll, but they don't get it right on the yaw. But this one did, basically gave you 3 gradual adjustment speeds on everything. So as you get better, you can fly faster. Overall durability seemed pretty good in a few crashes. The only thing was, this doesn't show the landing gear right now, but one of the landing gears on kind of an easy crash in the house, it kind of snapped on one of the legs. So that's one thing they might be able to improve on, is a little bit more durable landing gear. But you can actually pretty easily fly it without landing gear. I don't think you really need the landing gear because it does sit level for takeoff, unless you're really hitting hard like on concrete. If you're flying in the grass or in your house or something, I would just leave the landing gear off. But if you're flying maybe over asphalt or sidewalk or pavement, go ahead and put that landing gear back on, just in case you do get some hard hits on the bottom. The landing gear will kind of give and break first before you hurt anything here on the bottom. Also, the lighting on this thing was really good for orientation, especially on this white version. The lights seem to shine all the way through the arms, and the forward and rear lighting were really easy to see in any kind of lighting scenario. A little bit of a con was it gets a bit skewed with its headless and return to home, as most of these do. There are very few that actually have a spot-on headless and return to home mode. And this one was no different. It did get a little bit skewed after spinning it for a little while. Another little con was the props. After the first crash or so, maybe a couple of crashes, the props started to kind of fly off easily off of the motors. And this one here, I went ahead and just kind of compressed it with a pair of pliers, or like I bit it when it was off, just to give it a little more tension on the motor shaft. Or you could use a little bit of glue, just a little dab of glue, just to keep those on. Well, you'll still be able to pull them off with just a tiny bit of glue, but it'll keep them from falling off, because they started to fall off when I would punch it or do flips and stuff. So that's just a little bit of a con, but easily remedied. And as you can see in the video, as you can see on the onboard video, the video was pretty good on this thing. Pretty nice for what it was, some nice clear video. It did flip nice. There was a little bit of a drop when you did flip, so you're gonna have to give it a little bit of throttle right after it flips, like most quads. Very few will actually maintain their height when you do a flip, so that's kind of normal. As far as range, I was getting 125 to 150 feet before I would get some spotty dropouts. The way I test my range is I go forward, out for me, as I do kind of a roll, constant roll back and forth, just to see when it does drop, and then I can tell when it's losing connection. So 125 to 150 feet, which is actually really good for a little micro hex like this. That's a little better than most. And as far as the flight times, 6 minutes and 20 to 30 seconds. So probably 6.5 minutes until the low voltage light hits, and then maybe another 10 to 20 seconds before it goes into that automatic low voltage landing and just kind of drops down. And this one did have the low voltage cutoff, which I tested, where you can just, when it drops, if you forget to let off the throttle or something happens, it will automatically stop power to the motor, so you don't kill your battery and damage your battery. So overall, I think this one is actually a really good one as far as what it does. Really enthused about the power this one has and how fast it flies for such a mini micro hex. Everything's pretty cool. The controller looks pretty neat. I think, adults and kids alike will like this thing. The camera's really good. It seems to be above the bar for most of the hexes in this size and price range. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the review, and remember the links for this are down in the description. If you do decide to pick this up, go ahead and click the link down there, and that'll take you to the product. Anyway, guys, I do a lot of videos like this, a lot of flight tests, reviews, crash testing, mods, all kinds of stuff. Check out the channel. I think you'll like it. And anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.